Streaming from iOS is actually pretty easy, especially if you have the right app to do it. As the streaming guy, I've been asked many times to cover iOS streaming on the channel, and until recently I haven't even had an iOS device to work with. However, I now have an iPad Pro, as I've shown recently, and I have some updates about my experience with it, hopefully coming in a video in the future, so get subscribed for that. I also had a lot of positive feedback on my last mobile streaming video about PRISM Live Studio. I wanted to cover another one for me to focus on iOS, since I haven't gotten to talk about it yet. Let's cover that stuff and flex my new iPad Pro, of course, and thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Let's jump in. Actually, I was going to say right after this, I don't need to roll anything. Let's just flip on over. Along with all of that, I've done a few streams from mobile recently, covering Call of Duty Mobile on my gaming phone here, and even showing off my baby in a recent Just Chatting stream from our couch with the iPad specifically, and been asked how I did that. So that's what we're covering here today. The app we're using is called PRISM Live. If you want to know how to use it on Android, I already have a video link in the description down below. We're going to check it out on iOS today, so we're just going to go ahead and open up that app here. And as you can see, it is a streaming app that lets you use all of your devices available cameras. So here we are in the selfie mode camera, of course. But you also have options to switch it to the rear camera. And then I actually have two different cameras available for the rear camera. So we have the super wide angle 0.5x view, or we have the standard normal camera, since this phone or tablet has multiple cameras on it. We're going to leave it on this for the most part, but to show you the face tracking stuff, we'll have to flip it back over here. So here's the main UI, and the concept is, of course, a live streaming app. You can also, if you see on the right here, you have controls to go to video or photo modes. These are used, you can literally just record a video or take a photo and apply these effects to the video and photo as well, which is really cool. That's really handy. We're going to focus on live right now. And you have two different options next to the obvious live button. One is actual color effects, so basically applying Instagram filters, but color grading filters to tweak your image, and you can adjust the intensity and what have you. Those are fairly basic, fairly self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure the entire world's used to these by now. But then you also have the magic wand icon at the bottom, which will apply some effects. So you have a list of favorites, which will be just kind of your most recently used ones, and these are ones that I've been using for the tutorials and showing stuff off, like the 90s shapes dancing background that I had in my baby reveal stream. But there's also face masks that you can apply, and they do fairly competent face tracking and show goofy little effects. And some of them move in 3D space, so you can see it's kind of angling. Obviously, I don't have this many followers whatsoever, but that's fine. You got goofy ones like, where was that one? Yeah, 3D glasses with popcorn. As you move your mouth, it just eats the popcorn. Pretty cool. And then this one is really 3D. The cheese and mouse, like you get a full 3D shape as it tracks your face, and even if I block half my face, it still knows where I'm at for the most part. Pretty neat. Obviously, you can use some of these to help express yourself a little bit better, apply a little bit more, creativity to your streams, do what you do. We're going to minimize that. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this other camera so you don't have to deal with my face being super distracting and out of sync here. So not only do you have a bajillion of these face tracking things, which are really cool, and there's a lot of different effects. Ooh, actually, wait. Do I need to come back and try this one? Yes, I do. All right, hang on. We're going back to selfie mode. I kind of dig it. Yeah, I think I dig it. Anyway, not only do you have the face masks available, but you have different backgrounds and general kind of effect filters that you can apply as well. So there's some like lens flare stuff, or just full on backgrounds based on certain themes, nature, things like that. So we get flowers, what have you. There's a lot of options here, but then there's cool effects like these like pulsating effects and RGB separation. That's gonna make some people sick. This one's my favorite right here. This looks like it's coming from like an old security cam with a bit of a CRT flare to it, because it's got the chromatic aberration kind of sort of there and a light flicker. This is something that I really wish I could apply very easily in post in my video editors, in DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere. Just a super quick one. Obviously, I could spend a long time meticulously recreating this effect, but to be able to do it with the tap of a button like this in video editors would be really freaking cool. I want this effect in Resolve. And the fact that we have just on a side tangent here, the fact that we have so many of these options available in a live streaming app that I don't have in my video editing software, it's pretty frustrating. If anyone has a specific example of this they can point me to that I can download for Resolve, let me know in the comments. So you have lots of these options. These are really neat as well. And then you have Giffy support. So you can actually pull up different GIF themes from Giffy, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you have to download them, so they'll take a little bit of time to buffer and things like that, but you have some reactions based on what's going on. So if something happens during your stream or your chat says something, you can actually react to it in real time with little GIFs, which is a pretty neat integration. And this one is just like full screen covering, and you can just pull them up really quick, trigger them fairly instantly, and oh, that one's looking for a face. All right, let's see what it does to the face. That's actually pretty cute. I like it. All right. Anyway. Okay. So those were just specific GIFs built into the software. My bad. These are actually the Giffy Gifts. So you can pull up reactions. I can pull up, you know, there we go. We can adjust where they're at. We can't resize them, but we can put them over here, pull up some more, get us the Spider-Man clapping. There we go. And just keep those going in the stream. I know this has been pretty popular lately. We're going to switch this camera back. So here's where the Giffy Gifts come in, and you can actually search. What if we search for Linus? We get something. I don't know who these people are. Oh, is that? I don't know who that is. That's not who. It's not Linus from Linus Tech Tips, which is what I was thinking of. So, but you can search GIFs and things like that. Add them to your stream. Lots of themes you can filter through. And then, of course, you can just draw on your stream as well. So you can change what type of brush you have over here. You can change your color. Whee! So you can annotate on stream as you need. You can draw over it. That would be useful for gameplay stuff as well. And then you can sit here and undo it or just delete things entirely. So you have all of these options available to you. And then we're not done though. You might see there's 3 dots at the top. If we swipe left, we're getting video only mode, or just only seeing your video. If we swipe right all the way over, you can start adding music, media files, text, web sources. These currently do not work with Streamlabs alerts just yet, but that should be in the works. So if we add a text source here, we can choose from a bunch of different animated text, like templates and things like that. We've got titles, we've got social stuff, we've got captions, and then we've got more generic elements. We're going to go to socials. I want a YouTube one. I'm going to click on it. We're going to edit the text to say EposVox. We're done with that. And with these social elements, you do have the option to hide them after the motion is complete, so that once they loop, they are pretty much gone. And with normal text elements, not the social icons, you can actually adjust like color and other aspects of it. You can change the alignment. Doesn't really do much for this text box specifically. Hit return. Nope. There we go. Hit done at the top. And now we have a couple different social elements that we can, they list under My Studio here. You can actually just pull them up and kind of call them at will, and we can move them around. So we'll move it over here. I think we're done there. But then you could pull up music, which will access your music library on your device, or they provide some royalty-free music that should not cause you any copyright issues or things like that, that you can then queue up and start throwing on your stream. It'll start playing it through your device, and you're good to go. And you can pull up media, pull up some video files, treat them as an intro, so when your stream starts, it automatically plays that. You can do some cool stuff there as well. Now, if we go to the 3 dots at the top, you have a couple controls for whether your microphone, your camera, things like that are on, whether it saves the video after you live stream. That's very important. And then if you click on your account or your profile picture, this is how you manage your streaming accounts. And so currently I'm signed in with Twitch, but you can go over to stream destinations and you can stream to up to 6 different streaming platforms on one single network without needing multiple network connections or anything like that. It will also let anybody stream to YouTube, no subscriber requirements, and it'll let you stream to YouTube at 60 FPS, which YouTube's own live streaming app does not do. So that is pretty neat. And of course, here you have your actual streaming settings, so you can choose your resolution, 1080p, 720p, all the way down to 360. You can choose whether the watermark is hidden or not. I'm glad they give you that option. One of the cool features of this app is it has adaptive bitrate, which will adjust your bitrate on the fly to help keep it, especially on Wi-Fi or on mobile networking. It will keep it, your stream stable. Maybe the quality will decrease if you run out of network bandwidth, but it'll keep your stream stable and keep it from disconnecting or buffering or anything like that. And you can access your stream settings by go ahead and clicking the live icon. That won't make you live just yet. Then you can choose your stream name, what platform you're going to, and then you can adjust your stream settings. So adaptive bitrate will choose your bitrate for you, but if you turn that off, Then you can choose a manual bitrate. On mobile devices, I recommend just sticking with the adaptive bitrate. I tried streaming at 6 megabits per second on my Wi-Fi, and it still was a little spotty coming from the iPad. So I'd stick with adaptive. But you can choose your resolution, your frame rate, things like that. Hit OK. And once you're ready to stream, you can hit start streaming. Oh, goodness. All right, cool. One thing that is currently missing from this build on iOS, it's already there on Android, is the ability to screen share or screencast. Stream your video games. Like I said, this is an option on Android. However, it's currently missing from iOS, but it's coming in the next update. And I'm super, super stoked for that because the screencasting stuff on Android is pretty baller. It beats out most other options. And I believe it will be the same here on iOS as well. Now you can technically, by using the screen recording button here in your settings, you can actually hold it and tell it to go to PRISM Live, and it will actually stream your screen and your gameplay to whatever streaming platform you already have set up in PRISM Live, but you don't have any of the options for the webcam or the face masks or literally anything else. It would just stream your gameplay, and that's just a basic built-in thing to iOS. It's a limitation of iOS. They do have a screencasting thing coming in June. I am super stoked for. But this is it. This is arguably, in my opinion, probably the most powerful streaming app available on iOS. And I just wanted to show it with you, show you what I've been rocking on my iPad Pro and how it's been working out for me. Like I said, I've done quite a few streams with it. You all seem to like it. It doesn't seem to be, despite being from mobile, doesn't seem to be too terrible compared to desktop stuff, of course. And I've been pretty happy with having this as an option on the go, especially with this. So those of you who travel, who end up in hotel rooms, use a lot of mobile stuff, you have something available to you without needing to bring a whole streaming rig and desktop or laptop or what have you. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Stream Guides on streaming from mobile. I don't cover a whole lot of mobile topics on the channel, but it's starting to get interesting. The capabilities of it are really starting to get interesting. If you'd like to see more mobile streaming related things, do get subscribed and let me know in the comment section down below what kinds of things you would like to see covered. I do at least have another gaming phone streaming video coming soon. This is the Red Magic 5G, pretty baller phone. We'll have that covered as soon as possible. Obviously, I've got my newborn sitting right next to me. Things are pretty crazy right now, but hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more tech education and stream guides. I'm EposVox, your stream professor. I'll see you next time.